I would say there was like 9 at least, but there were like pauses, like and then a pause, and then more. It was kind of crazy. I mean, it's kind of calmed down a little bit, but it was crazy at first. Definitely scary.
Thank you, Jen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which one do you want me to use? Will you hold this for me, please?
My name is Matt Elson, spelling is M-A-T-T. Last name is Elson, E-L-S-O-N. The Deputy Chief of the West Valley City Police Department. Just to start off, we've got some preliminary information. We're not going to be able to answer all the questions that I'm sure everybody is going to have for us tonight, but we'll give you the information that we're able to provide. And then, of course, as time progresses, most likely tomorrow, we'll be able to start giving you some follow-up information. But the information I give tonight is going to be fairly limited, and it's going to be the only information that comes tonight. And again, any additional information will come from tomorrow. So today at 7:24 hours, we received a call on the radio from one of our West Valley City police officers. They're at 3301 South and 1250 West. This is Village at River's Edge. The radio traffic, the officer indicated that he had been shot and he was down. Immediately, our officers responded to the location and did find one of our officers. He had sustained a gunshot wound, a non-life-threatening wound. Trying to figure out exactly what happened. We're getting him to the hospital, of course, for medical treatment. Shortly after that, we had 2 juveniles arrive at one of the area hospitals that arrived in a vehicle that was, we believe, seen leaving this scene. Both of those juveniles had also sustained gunshot wounds. Those wounds are non-life-threatening, and both of those juveniles are expected to survive. We invoked, because it was an officer-involved incident, we invoked our officer-involved critical incident protocol. The Unified Police Department's team, they head up that team, is out investigating right now. They will be taking the lead on the actual investigation. Again, pretty much that's about all the information we have right now. There's going to be a lengthy investigation. We've got witnesses to talk to, evidence to gather here on the scene, and we've got to figure out exactly what happened. But as the situation is right now, that is where we're at with this investigation.
Tell us where this happened.
So this happened here in the apartment complex.
In an apartment or in the parking lot? Or?
In the apartment complex. I can't go into details on where it all happened. It was a fairly, we've got a crime scene that we're trying to process. Again, we're still early in the investigation. There's a lot of things that we don't know. A lot of questions you have are going to be the same questions that we have. But like I said, we've got to sort through it. We've got to let Unified Police team do their job.
Was he responding here?
He was here on scene, and he radioed that, like I say, he had been shot. We're still investigating the circumstances surrounding the rest of it.
On duty or off duty?
We're still investigating.
And did you say that the vehicle leaving the scene showed up at the hospital?
We have a vehicle similar to what was seen leaving the scene, showed up at the hospital with 2 juveniles inside.
IMC in Murray?
At one of the local hospitals.
How many times more was the officer shot?
Can't go into that.
Were the juveniles suspects in the shooting?
We're still trying to figure out exactly what occurred, so we don't know that answer yet.
So we shouldn't assume that the officer shot them?
I'm sorry, whose condition? The officer is expected to survive. Yes.
Did the officer fire his weapon?
That's one thing we're investigating.
So we can't assume that the officer shot the juveniles at this point, or what can you say about who shot who?
That's what we don't know.
Okay.
That's what the investigation will hopefully uncover, is exactly what happened here on scene that led to this.
Do they live here?
Residents told us that a West Valley City police officer lives in this complex. Is it the officer who lives here?
I can't confirm that information. We're still investigating.
One witness said there were a lot of rounds fired. Can you confirm that?
I don't know how many rounds were fired. Again, that's something that will come out in the investigation as they process the crime scene and talk to the witnesses.
What are the ages of the juveniles? Can you say ages?
They're under 18.
Those 2 juveniles, were there any other people involved?
The only people that we have with gunshots are the ones that I've described. So again, any other involvement from anyone else is something that we'll have to find out.
Does this scene have something to do with closing Redwood Road and everything coming this way?
You mean the police presence?
Yeah, everything was shut down down on Redwood Road and 3500 South.
I know that immediately after it had happened, they had closed down several areas and ingresses to the complex.
We saw a lot of
Specifically what had happened. where
saw a
they
lot of
shot them.
officers walking in the street like they were looking for something.
And then they may have been again. You know, when we get here, it's fairly chaotic in a situation like this. And you know, the first officers when they get here are trying to get a grasp on what's happened. You know, the main priority is to protect the lives of the people. Once that gets done, then they kind of try and sort through and figure out exactly what happened. Like I say, it's things appear calm right now, but there's a lot of action going on with the investigation. Again, we've got to just go step by step to figure out what happened.
Thank you.
How long the officers been with the West Valley?
Approximately 3 years.
Did you say if it was a he or she officer?
It's a male.
What happens in this area now?
Like I say, the Unified Police Department is here. Their team is investigating. They got their forensic people, and they will process the crime scene, gather evidence, they'll talk to witnesses, and then after everything's been gathered, they'll pack up and leave. And there will be a lot more things that go on here in the next couple of days, as far as interviews and that sort of thing.
Do you expect this to be closed off throughout the evening?
I can't give you a time frame, but I would suspect several hours.
Is everyone in custody? Do you want in custody? No danger to the public?
We believe right now, based on the information that we have no outstanding suspects.
And the two juveniles drove themselves to the hospital?
They were driven by somebody else.
What kind of car? Can you describe their vehicle?
I don't have a description of that. Anything else?
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
We'll have to sort out.
Thank you.
Deputy Chief, Thank you.